let's see, before I go there, I want to go for, so make sure that this thing takes place. Step. And then go to Jamaicans.com. Make sure that I'm streaming. And there. Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to you. A long time friend, a long time, something, 1981. When was JDC again? Them big eye there peek through the bus.
Jesus, please, Leo, you're going back far, Oh, man.
Oh my God, Glen Titus Campbell. Everybody know you as Titus now, so it makes sense. We just drop off the Glen and the Campbell off.
Sure. Yes, man.
Once I started advertising this, I noticed that a lot of persons from St. Mary, and I don't know, from St. Mary, I say, I'm gonna be there. Most of the people then were right back to me and say, so are you from St. Mary?
No, but father is from St. Anne, so he's next door. So I don't know if he did go across the border, I don't anything cap.
A lot of people from St. Mary say, yes, I'm going to be there. I guess, we got the St. Mary people. You got some St. Mary people. You can go run for
Parliament or something. Yeah. Daddy is from Planted Walk in Gibraltar, which is in St. Anne, and mommy is from Hanover, Titus, to be exact, in Hanover.
How far is Titus from
Planted Walk?
Pond side.
No, you get me in trouble now, because I tell you things I don't know. I know of the district, Leo. I'm going to go there 1 and 2 times. I think once me drive and find the yard myself, but me not so skilled on that side of the world. Me's under the clock, man.
Welcome, Glen Titus Campbell. Welcome to One-on-One with Leo Gilling. I am so happy to have you here tonight. It's an honor, and we're looking forward to a great evening with you. A lot of persons are out there waiting to hear the life and the times of Glen Titus Campbell.
I hope they're not go in bed bored, because it has been a humble little life, but I give thanks nonetheless.
Where you born?
Born in London, England. So,
yes, remember that.
Yeah. All the people ask me about St. Mary. So I tell you no, under the clock, and I know Jamaican clock either Big Ben in London. That's where we're coming from. Southwest London, Balham to be exact.
At what age did you get here?
I got to Jamaica at age 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to a little school called Hope Valley Experimental up in Ellison Flats, Mona, behind the Mona Rehab. That's exactly. And as the name suggests, Hope Valley Experimental was an experiment being done by the government where we had able-bodied kids being in school and being educated with disabled kids. So I grew up having no problem seeing somebody with one hand, no foot, and it was all good. We worked together, I ramp with them, I lift them up, put them in them chair, I carry them on my back, and it was a good, humbling experience. And it has gotten me through life where no matter what the circumstance, I'm not afraid of disabilities or turned off or, some people, no. Me used to them thing that no bother me none tal.
But you had a disability though, because if you went there 8, right, and you come from London, you had a speech impediment. Nobody couldn't understand you. Tell me about that.
No, Leo, no, the other way around. Because I'm coming from the Queen's country, and so I came with the language, and then we come here now. I hear people talk all kind of way like they are hot patting their mouth. It wasn't easy. I tell you the truth, it wasn't easy. There was a language barrier.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I learned very quickly, and to the point now where people ask me so many times, say, "Well, you can't talk English no more."
any experience that you had in primary school that you want to share with that language barrier?
No, I got over it pretty quickly because contrary to popular belief, me's not always upfront. And so my time was quiet and easy back and observe. And so that's what I did in primary school. I just sat back and watched and observed. And one and two of the young ladies back in primary school, they liked me. I don't know if it's because of my accent or what. I remember one at a time, one of them did kind of put argument to me. I never did take her around too much and she juked me with a pencil. And that time, said Jamaican woman, them aggressive and they want get them way and work with them. No, yes, then we, yeah, man, you have to watch Jamaican woman very careful. So I learned that very early in life that Jamaican women, you don't ramp with them.
So what happened to that school? Is that school still going on?
Yeah, man. Hope Valley Experiment is still going on and still doing some great work. Just the other day, one of our Paralympians, Sylvia Grant, who represented Jamaica in the Paralympics.
Right.
This was her 8th Olympic, I think. And I went to school with Sylvia, and Sylvia is still representing Jamaica in Paralympics. So that speaks to the quality of her skill and talent. And big up yourself, Sylvia, wherever you are, still representing Jamaica. And from humble beginnings, as I said, she didn't make her disability stop her. She had a goal and she went after it. And nice. I'm glad to see them thing there. So the school is still there and still doing good work.
What's the purpose of the word experimental on there? Is it because you're putting able-bodied?
I think it was, yes. I think at the time it was experimental, as I said, in having disabled and able-bodied kids being in the same environment, trying to educate them at the same time.
Okay.
And so I think the experiment is working and it continues to work. There are other prominent people who I know passed through the school. Simone Forbes, who represented Jamaica in netball. Myself, if I'm not mistaken, one or two of the DJ them did pass through, but I'm not calling them because I'm not too sure. but yes, we had some outstanding Jamaicans come out to that school.
That's good. And you remember your teacher them good?
I remember my form teacher was Miss Lawrence. I think she was married near Miss Barton. Or something like yes, she was married, Mrs. Barton.
Was that disappointing to you? Because it was disappointing to me. Me had a teacher at grade 6, so I love arts down to, and then she get married and me Bex.
No, it never bothered me at all. We never have no problem. I was happy for her. And we actually grew very close to the family because when I went into high school and she left teaching, we ended up being neighbors. Oh. And so yeah, we were very close to the family.
So where were your mom and dad at the time, and what were they from England? Tell me about that.
It was if you know my age, which is 57, August gone. My parents would have gone to England in the early 60s. So not exactly Windrush, but it's a time when people were going to the UK and elsewhere to seek employment. There was a lot of factory work, a lot of construction work being given at that time. So they both went, both worked in factories, and then dad went and did accounting, and mommy went and did hospitality, worked with a hotel and that sort of thing. But they were very enterprising, now hardworking people. My mom would tell you a story that when she going coming from one work and she see a sign for help needed, and she'll write down a number and she'll go to the next place. So my time I'll 3 jobs she'll do one time just to make ends meet. And people would ask her, is everyone from Jamaica like you, from Kingston? Do they all work hard like you? Because you're so hardworking. Yeah, that's my mother. And she instilled that, say anything you want in life, you have to work hard for it. And so I thank her for that. Daddy, when we came back to Jamaica in 72, Daddy stayed in England for a little while and continued to work. And then when he came back, he was working with the Ministry of Works, I think, as an accountant for many years until he died in the early 90s.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, Mom is still alive at 94 years old. Wow. Give thanks to the blessing. Yes, man.
So when they come back from foreign, they speak Spoke too?
They always had a little properness about them. Let's put it that way. They never spooky. And what I think, my mother, she said, she never tell nobody no Jamaica. I can't talk no Jamaican dirty bad word. She will tell you off with the Queen's English, she says. Yeah, man. So they weren't spooky, but they always had a certain air about them, a little properness about them.
And then you have brothers and sisters?
I have 4 sisters, no brothers. So
you grew up. You
Poilish. Because me second to last. So me's almost wash belly, but me I no wash belly. So, but me little sickly too. So then he used to pamper me and then they want me do this and then want me do that. And so me not too much dusting and too much sweeping and me can't take the smell of paint and all kind of thing used to do me. And when I come to Jamaica,
I general ship that.
No, I want to tell you, since me married, me start sweep, me start paint, me start do all kind of things. Because let it not be said I didn't do my husbandly duties around the house. But what has happened too is that a lot of the things I've outgrown it, because even being asthmatic, I used to have attacks and things regularly as a youngster. And as I grew older, and kind of know how to maneuver around certain things you keep away from, you keep yourself covered at all time, make too much rain, wet your mole. The other day, me attacked my wife. Leo, yes, man. you cannot be a true Jamaican if you don't know where your mole there. Back in the days, you see young ladies at church and they have what they used to call it mantella. Yeah, man, they had little mantella something, and then they're in a church and they come over there. I even so my time recently too, up to the year before last, with the on stage I perform. I'm seeing a man in the audience and having kerchief on his head, so got the fan right over. He might cover him more in camp.
Mercy. So you got away from beating you because of your,
Yes. Well, my mother and father, they weren't really the beating type. I can count on one hand the amount of beatings I can remember ever having in my entire life. Mommy was training for javelin or something though, because she could have fling things. Shoes, broomstick, anything. So very early in life, I learned to play dandy shandy very well. Oh. Sight, great, dog.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's nice. So when you left that primary school, where did you go?
The best high school in Jamaica, Jamaica College. The name alone suggests how great the school is. Jamaica College up on Old Hope Road.
I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset with you right now.
They could upset all they want. The home of scholars and leaders. The Manleys came to Jamaica College. Bruce Golding came to Jamaica College. Peter Phillips came to Jamaica College. Glen Campbell came to Jamaica College. There's so many great men that have walked through those halls.
Oh my gosh! So what was? I guess I don't have to ask this question. Then, what was your experience like at high school?
Well, at high school, now you have to understand.
Purely men.
Yes. But we had a sister school, St. Andrew High School for girls. So anything that we needed to do in a co-ed setting, we would always do it along with that high school. But going to JC, as young men, you try your hand at everything. So me depend choir, me depend science club, me the debating club, me do track and field, me do football, me do cricket, me do hockey, me do tennis, me swim, everything. But I always tell people, you have to know your limitations very early in life. And so me learn, say, football was not for me. Okay. Cricket was not for me. Hockey, you ever get liquid one in hockey stick there, Leo? Is a serious lick by your foot, in your shin. No, man. So me stay away from that. Cricket ball lick me in my head one time, I swear to my head boss. And from that, me said, no more cricket neither. So I stuck to track and field, and I wasn't too bad in it actually. Actually started training for the class 3 hurdles for the JC track team, but sports day, I won't.
I thought you were gonna talk about the class 1. Class 3?
Class 3, man. As a youngster, I was very agile.
Did you matriculate out to class 2 and class 1 and class 1?
Yeah, what to me, sports day, class 3. JC full, pure young girl, St. Hughes and Andrews and Alpha. I mean, I'm short, I'm gonna go up on the field and start stretching, do all the things they show us most look like, what I do.
Yes.
And your marks, get set, boom. 1, 2, 3, third hurdle. Something pull. Something pull. I'm a drop and I'm going like, I can't bear it, because as I say, no female eyes, they on me. I said, all right, ma'am, all right. Oh, I'm go home the night and you're so sick with like a hot water. Hot water. Who know hot water bag? Then still have something there. The hot water bag.
Yes. What wasn't that for? I thought that was for the ladies though. You use that is that rubber thing you're talking about, right?
The rubber thing. But yeah, remember, me have 4 women in the house. So one day there. Right?
Okay.
And if you have pain and then say apply either ice or heat. So after the ice night day, we try the heat in the night. So the hot water buckle. But after a couple of days, it don't never feel good. So I have to end up going to a doctor and he actually said I actually tore my groin. Yeah, simple as it seems. I tore my groin and he said it will heal, but if I continue, they may have to put a pin in my groin area to correct the situation. I'm saying, you know what? I don't think the bionic man thing are gonna work for me. So I'm allow the track and field. And round about the same time, third form, I joined the drama club. And so that was where, as they say, the rest is history. Okay. Go drama club and go watch my first play and get taken up with the magic of the stage and thing and say, would I really like to do that, And so I ended up starting just as a hobby.
Who was on stage? Who was on stage at the time?
On the stage, I remember seeing people like Kathy Levy, who ended up turning Miss Jamaica. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing Charles Hyatt. I remember seeing Alwyn Scott, Munir Zaka, Bob Kerr, Cecile Burrows, quite a few people who still work in the business, and I looked down and said, wow, I wish I could do that too. And got a chance to be on stage with quite a couple of them. And as I said, the rest is history. That was 1978. And by 1981, I was on stage, still in sixth form at JC, on stage with my first commercial production in 1981. As a schoolboy, I worked money on stage.
But you present yourself like as a countryman though, because most people have talk to you, then think they're a countryman.
Well, I want you to joke about that because a lot of my early productions, I used to play old men. So even at 17 or 18, I play old man, old back manager, old farmer, all kind of things. And then in 1990, Patrick Brown, who I worked with very closely over the years, said after the success of the Oliver at Large series on TV, he thought it would be nice to do another Jamaican sitcom. And he said, Glenn, you up for it? I'm saying, yeah, man. What will I do? I'm saying, let's work with a little countryman, come from country, come a town, and all the escapades and things he would get up to while in Kingston. And that's how it started. So Titus in Town was created and it hit the TV, the airwaves in 1990. And from then, my life has never been the same. First of all, nobody no call me Glenn anymore. Everybody call me Titus. Some people wonder if me have rotten teeth. Some people say the idiot, no sense. And that's the power of television. That's how impactful that series was at the time. And even then, when I was auditioning and rehearsing for the part, people are saying, no, man, the man, them sound too proper, man. Him just sound like him come from country. Him talk the English too stush. The part one sound like a good Jamaican part. So I had to study. Just like how anybody else study French or study Spanish, I had to study the patois.
Oh my gosh.
Until it reached a point, as Mr. where people tell me, say, no, say, you know, sound like me can't talk English no more. I'm sit down in a patois too good.
So did you ever get a chance to go to the country, go look for granny, spend a summer with the granny or anything while you were growing up?
No, I didn't have those luxury and go grung and go dig yam or banana.
What's wrong with
Not
you?
like that. No, I never. Cool, man. I did go to country and spend a weekend. I think it was the most I ever spent down there. As me say, me no go bush, me no catch crab, me no fly kite, me no spin gig. Me can barely play marble because me have left hand, and when I go so somehow it don't look like me know how to connect with stuff. It now work out for me, you know. So I didn't do all the country stuff, but in my research I had to do a lot of studies, sit down and listen to tapes and watch people who come from rural Jamaica. You know, and really, that's one of the important things about theater and acting. You have to have the skill of observation and being able to recreate what you observe and what you hear. And so I spent many hours working on it. And I said to the point where now we can play a countryman pretty all right.
So when you had moved into theater back in when you got hurt.
Yes.
Was it because you said to yourself, "Cho, this sporting is not good for me. I'm going to find something else." Was that what you said to yourself, or are you just?
No, it was just another avenue that I was also interested in. I've always liked the performing arts because even I can remember being on stage in school pageant from as early as age 4 in England. So when I come Jamaica, me in a dance group, me make sure me join the choir. So anything to do with performing. I mean that, me in it. But the thing is that at high school, you couldn't join the drama club until you reach third form. Okay. So first and second form, you had to find other things to do. And say, once we reach third form, no, we get to join the drama club and yeah, we're going ahead.
Did you just said school pageant?
Yes, man.
What is that?
Back in England, you have Christmas pageant and you have Easter pageant and you have this. Come on there, man. I don't understand you. Yeah, man.
You said it and it rung a bell to me because I remember hearing that word before.
Yeah. Then when you clean I used to nativities somebody play Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and sometimes somebody get to play the donkey or one of the wise man or something.
Call it Christmas cantata.
Yeah, yes. Yes, the cantata now, but I probably have a little more music and something. Yeah, man. Yes, but we did that. We did that back in the days.
I didn't remember about the pageant at all.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Oh, wow, that's
so
nice.
From way back when I always had the performing bug in me. Even in England, I remember my dad used to play county cricket. And even on the coach going to matches or from matches, I would be in the middle aisle of the bus. I sing and dance, I entertain people. I never get no money them time there, but we go and practice with things.
You just get clapped.
Yeah, but yeah.
So tell me, I think that we want to get into your career, or your business of the theater. I know that you do some production, you do some writing and creating and all of that stuff. But tell me, what was it in your which one of the plays in your early life that really made this really big impact on you that you said, damn, me good.
Well, I don't know about me saying that me good, but Um, I think even from school, during school time, as I said, we used to do school productions. Um, and I remember writing something for school's drama festival.
Oh, you
And
did?
yes, and I remember um, going through the production elements of it. We had a classmate who used to play in a band, and some incorporate the band. And we had some girls who have dance groups, some incorporate the dance group. And I had a nice production, a musical, where it was a club scene and thing.
Wow.
Very entertaining. And the critic at the time, I think it was Archie Lindo or Harry Milner, one of those old English critics. But they wrote in the Star at the time a review of the school's drama festival, and I can't say it verbatim, but in a nutshell, what they're saying is that Glenn should probably stick to acting and leave the writing thing alone.
My God.
And me say, it's something me bun me so till. But I now say thank you to the
Yeah.
fine gentleman
Yes.
because it focused me in another direction to say, all right, certain things you not that you going to leave it entirely, but focus on this aspect of
Yes.
theater and production. And so from that, I haven't really written anything commercially anymore. I'm knowledgeable about what makes a good script and what makes a good paragraph or sentence, and so I can give guidance and so on. But in terms of me for go out and say, "May I write something for myself?" No, you have people out there that do a fantastic job of it. That's why I work so well with Patrick Brown, people like Dale Harris, people like Trevor Rohn. These are people that write scripts and it works. And so I work with good writers, you know, and I stick to the acting. I stay in my lane, you know.
Did you ever perform in the pantomime, any other pantomime? Which one?
Yes, I did one pantomime in 1986, 87. Pantomime was called River Muma and the Golden Table.
You know,
And
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Go ahead.
that was the first pantomime, first and only pantomime. And normally people go into pantomime and you start from chorus and you move up to have few lines and they move up to juvenile lead. Or I went in as lead role. My first and only pantomime. When I went in as lead actor.
Wow.
And I alternated with Volier Johnson, Maffi Johnson, God rest his soul, he died earlier this year. And so from then, me and him had a bond, you know, because when I'm going, I think he was the man that me look upon and say, yo, Volier, how that thing you go? I'm saying, come on, you have it, man, come. I'm showing me the ropes and thing. And that was my first time performing in a big cast. Because before I'd have little productions with 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 people the most. Going to pantomime and all of a sudden it's 20 something, 30 odd people working on a production. And so you now are exposed to the grandness of theater and the big scale production and big set and big effects and lights. And that was my first time going to the Ward Theater and performing on stage. Normally in a little space where the theater hold 150 or 200 people, you go into the Ward Theater now that hold 900 people. Yes. You understand? Yes. And back in the days, we not talk with no microphone or nothing. Yes. We acoustically pleasant, and you're projecting to the man way up in a way we call foul roos.
Yes.
Up back at theater. And they might hear you and they might enjoy themselves. Yes. You know, so that was a useful experience. Work with Barbara Gluden and Brian Heat, my director. And I think Rex Nettleford was the choreographer. So I work with the big guns. Yes, you know, and so that was very good in terms of my development as an actor as well. And very soon after pantomime now, I think it was actually during the pantomime, Patrick Brown, who is a civil engineer by profession, but started to do a little writing on the side as a hobby, decided for some reason, say, something him seeing that man on stage, draw him attention. I'm say, come here, you, come here. I'm going to start work with Patrick. First production we did was 19 1988, I think it was, called Friends. And since then, I've worked consistently with Patrick Brown for the past almost 30 something years.
Wow. Mommy, when did Mama see you in your first play? What did she say? Or what did you gather from the look that she gave you? What was that experience like?
All right. So first, before we even get to our scene, my first play, I remember going to my first audition because I mentioned I was still in school. So my English teacher at the time, Miss Main, said, you seem to have a knack for this thing and you have an interest. I have some friends that having an audition. Just go and see what it's like in the theater world, what the professional world is like. Just go look and, see if you like that sort of thing. And then maybe later on down, you can go back and visit and try it out. Me go at the audition and take fast and audition. She tell me to go look, I look, she said me to go look in. I'm audition and get through, Leo, me get through. I remember names that people know, Grub Cooper from Fab Five and Frankie Campbell. And then man, they conduct the audition with Louis Marriott, who was a writer. I'm sorry, Glenroy. Oh, by the way, that's my name, people. For those of you that don't know, I'm a birth certificate named Glenroy. Okay?
Okay.
Frankie and Grub, Jem Myers, Roy Ryan, and a couple of people who know me from 1981. Them is the only people that call me Glenroy. Because them know me from before me start.
Okay.
So Frankie and Grub said, Glenroy, you got through. Rehearsal starts so and so. And we hope to do the play at such and such a date. So me go home now. And I said to mom, I say, hey mom, guess what? I went to an audition today. And I got through. Quiet. Silence. Yeah, I got through, Mom. I'm supposed to start rehearsals next week. Jesus, keep me near the cross. And when Mommy starts singing,
makeup.
I think we kind of approached the argument but for the whole weekend until finally she find the courage or the energy to address the matter directly. She said, imagine me walk 2 job, 3 job, through snow and everything, come to Jamaica and walk 2, and me, I go spend money for send you go school for an idiot.
Christ.
I said, no, mom, it's not a matter of turn idiot. I'll do it. I'm still going to work. I'm still going to, but this is just a little thing on the side. Anyways, I go and do my schoolwork. I go and go to school. I go and go on rehearsal. Play start. I get my first check after the fortnight. Oh, my first check was about $12 something.
Fortnight.
Yeah, that's me. Back in the days, $12 something was per my check for the first fortnight.
Enough money that way.
Money? Leo, me never see the money there one time in my hand yet. And I save up. And after it was a month or 2 months, I was able to purchase my television and carry home because we never have TV at the home at the time. That's how humble me I tell you where I come from.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to buy my TV and carry in. And mommy looked at me and said, you buy TV? Okay, sir. And I some go and take time and do my thing until finally now, I say I turn big man, get somebody pregnant and I move out of the house. I said,
what age was that? What age was that?
That was about 25 to be exact.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I was at home all that time and still, because me and mommy, by this time, Pat move and gone, and me and mommy are alone at home. And we're there and we are going to do a thing. And yeah, and me able to move out and she see me able to take care of my daughter, And me now suffer my daughter. Look like she well taken care of. And then, as you say about comedy show, she come my first show now.
Which one was it? Which one was it and where was it? 1 year after
that? Gosh. She would have seen one of the Louis Marriott shows because I'm not sure if it was Bedward or one of those. That, as the name suggests, Bedward was a kind of gospel musical kind of thing. So she in our church, so she never mind come out that one day. She come out Bedward and thing. And then I can't remember the next one she saw. Probably would have been a Patrick Brown production. And she come at the show and we see her smile 1 or 2 times, but nothing from down in her. So like, she too in it. And then now, a couple nights after that same night she came, I had an accident on stage and I got injured where somebody fling a chair after me and chair broke and the foot I chair juke me on my foot and like explosion in terms of just immediately blood start to run out of my leg. And somebody in the audience happened to be there the night and go home and tell her before we reach home, say Glen get injured on stage. My mommy meet me outside and say, you can imagine? After all of this, you're going to kill off yourself and put money in a people's pocket? Eh? What you have for sure for it? What you have for... I will never come to another play again.
No kidding.
And mommy did not come back to another show. She insisted that I was putting money into producer pocket. I broke up myself. I'm going to kill off myself to please other people. After a time, even anytime I say Patrick Brown, he's like, she'd get vexed. The name alone used to upset her. Until little afterwards, when she see how far and how well I'm doing and how much Patrick stuck with me through all these years, to the point where in 2019, when I was awarded the national award for my contribution to theater in Jamaica, Mommy is known to have said, "I'm going to turn on the TV there and put it on the station and leave it. But me watch my son get him award."
I am so surprised that you, anything could have happened to anybody. It could have said anything negative to you and you still continue. But your mother, at that point in time, saying that kind of negative stuff should hurt you enough to want.
Yes.
Yeah, for a minute, you know what I mean?
Yes. But yes, because the love and dedication to mom is unending, but I have a deep down passion for theater. I hear me talking about staying in my lane. This is what God blessed me with. This is my talent. I can't hide it under a bush. I have to use it up. I have to use it to educate, to entertain, to inform people. And so this is my gift, and me just have to do it. She vex to a point, and as we said, she reach a point now where she no vex no more. So it's all good. We're all right. Everybody all right now.
And your dad saw you though before he died, right?
Yes, he did. He was one that didn't really favor much for theater and that sort of thing, but he's known to have said he may have a bar where he used to drink, and I heard that there was him tell me the same story to say when I came on TV one at a time, he proudly said, "My boy that, that's my boy." When Jerry and him never attack. So it give a certain additional my boy that,
bragging boy.
Yes. So he would have been proud of me too.
So you since then since a kid you haven't done any writing of plays, but you've done a lot of acting in different productions.
Yes,
which one is this? I know that everybody is special, but what is the most special acting spot that you have been involved with?
I think there are 2 or so occasions that come to mind readily. I remember being invited to be on a variety show entitled Miss Lou and Friends. Now,
Oh,
Leo, when you hear that name there, Miss
yeah.
Lou and Friends,
Yes, yes.
this was in 1990. Remember, I said, I start this thing in 1981.
Yes, yes.
So only 9 years after me start the thing, them invite me to be on the biggest theater production show in Jamaica.
Oh my God.
Leo, little boys, we couldn't talk my lines because for the first time now, we're on the same stage with Oliver Samuels, Leonie Forbes, Miss the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley, Marjorie Wiley, um, Joyce Kelly Miller, all the big guns in theater in Jamaica at the time. Look at me, they're on the same stage with them. So that moment will stand out for me forever. Having the opportunity to be there on that same stage at Little Theater at the time with
Wow.
Miss Lou and all her friends.
Did you meet Miss
All,
Lou before that?
yeah,
Did you meet her?
no, I never meet her. That was the first time. So that me I tell you, Leo, we go to that theater, I see the woman like right there, so I can't touch her. And she come backstage and she meet her and greet everybody. Oh, I miss Leone and me hug Leone and me meet Mass Oliver. Yeah, nobody could talk to me them time, then Leo. So
Mm.
that was the experience for me. And then the other thing that stood out for me was in 2008, I think it was, when I was asked to represent Jamaica at Carifesta. Myself and Oliver and the cast, what we did, we actually carried two plays, but myself and a couple of the actors doubled in both plays. Oliver was in one of them. But just traveling, first of all, this was in Guyana. And I say it with no apologies. Jamaica is a theater mecca in the Caribbean. No apologies. We are the only country in the English speaking Caribbean that has theater going on 6 nights a week, sometimes for 10, 11 months of the year. The only place in the English speaking Caribbean. So when we touch down in Guyana now, me and Oliver, I come off a plane and you see airport people behind barrier. Soldier said, so, Oliver, Titus. I mean, I me never hear good while ago. Oliver, Titus. You say, yo, we're really going in a John shop. People them know we. People them create a riot at the theater. We had a performance. I think we had 2 shows tonight, 5 and 8. After the 8 o'clock show or towards the end, we're chanting and something outside. I'm saying, what going out the door there? When we go outside, crowd, full the street, police and barricade. And they must say, them insisting that we have to do our next show the night. And we couldn't manage. We said we did 2 already. And the only way the people go home is because we promised them that the following day we'd come back and do another performance. And that is the power and strength of Jamaican theater. Anywhere we go, we take over people and thing. I remember the play that myself and Oliver were in, River Bottom. We did multiple performances of that. The other play that me and the other actors were in called Love Games. Remember one night at 9 o'clock or after 9, towards the intermission of the second show, them say them have another full house of people outside, but willing to buy a ticket if we will do another show. And we did a midnight show.
Wow.
I just saw people just hungry for the Jamaican talent and the Jamaican performers. And so that occasion, I learned now that we little but we talawa. Nobody can walk in our shoes when it comes to performance and theater and music. Well, music, okay, other countries have them for their music and things, but I can speak for theater. Say we run the thing when it comes to theater in the Caribbean. So
Well,
those 2 occasions stand out for me.
That is so nice. That's really nice. What is the fever now for youth and theater? Because I know back in the day that, you know, we could count on our fingers the people who really wanted to be in theater, because one of the reasons is probably because, you know, you talk patois and Jamaicans, it kind of back off for anything where you know, when
Yeah.
you know,
So that is one of the things, the connotations that it was yaga,
right,
yeah, only certain type of people going at them thing there, you know,
right,
dirty head boy, and go
yes,
play music and smoke weed, and
yes.
that was the thinking of a lot of parents back in the day.
What
But
is it now? What is it now?
no, but what also was happening back then is that a lot of the plays and productions that were being done were imported, scripts from England, scripts from the United States. And
Oh,
so people weren't seeing a lot of characters that they could identify with, and
oh,
people weren't relating to a lot of the stories. More and more, when we had more Jamaican writers now, that's when people start saying, what tool on there? Me can't enjoy that thing because me understand why my talk. First of all, I said the language was accessible to the
yes,
average man.
yes,
And then the storylines were more entertaining and they could communicate and relate to what was being said on stage. And, you know, so again, I can only blow his horn for Mr. Patrick Rowan. When Patrick Rowan and Trevor Rowan, Basil Dawkins, David Heron, Barbara Gludan, these are just some of the writers, Balfour Anderson, Ginger Knight, Hugh King. These are people who were Ralph Holness. These are people who were writing and producing back in the day. Them start tell stories that people know and understand and
yes,
could go to and be entertained. And so
yes,
more and more. And then also, when the stories are more relatable, then more people find themselves being attracted to it. So it wasn't just a thing where an uptown man or a middle class man are going to sit down and ho 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 ho
yes,
ho.
yes. Because that's what it
No,
was. That's what it was.
yeah,
Right.
right. No, anybody you can in a theater and a gardener there so, a bus driver there so, and a doctor behind you, a lawyer in front of you, a airline pilot, a nurse, everybody come together. It's a melting pot because it's all Jamaican culture, and anybody can relate to it and understand it. And then finally, the other thing that was important too is that more and more the government introduced theater arts as a subject in school.
Yes.
So
Okay.
now more young people are being exposed to it. Some of them a little bit by force, but a lot of them, you know, go to theater arts and realize, say, oh, I like that thing, you know, it's not bad. And they find an outlet.
Yeah.
It's not no more. Gone are the days when parents or guardians insist that you have to be doctor, police, lawyer, nurse,
Yes.
engineer.
Yeah.
No, people now are leaving school and they are being athletes, they're being musicians, they're being actors, performers, because nowadays there's scope for it where you can earn from it and make a living professionally. So more and more people are turning towards it. More and more people are being drawn to it, attracted to it. Because, Leo, we have to face facts. It's not everybody have bookhead. Not
Yeah.
everybody can put two and two and get four.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, so we have to understand that again, people have to know what your thing is, what's your lane, get into your lane, and then be your best at what you can do.
I do remember back in the days. In fact, when I went to college, we were not expected to speak patois in the public on the campus openly. It's like you only speak patois when you play domino or in your dorm or something like that. But when you're out in the public on the campus, it's like you go on a speech and I was afraid of speech and drama classes. Oh my God, I was afraid. You're afraid for laps, that's one thing, but everything was purely English. You couldn't go and say or go up on stage and go speak patois and go talk. It was really out of place.
Yes,
and so
yes.
you get to see the beauty of Jamaica being explored in all its glory.
Yes.
drama and everything. So
yeah, we give thanks to Miss Lou and Mas Ran and people like that, and Oliver, who continue to spread the language and the culture far and wide, and make it accessible to people. And the younger generation, I say, coming up and seeing people like myself, some of the little younger than the others, being able to continue in this profession and shine and continue to influence others and encourage others. That this is something that can be done. And we've also broken the tradition or the mindset thinking that theater people are idiots, are dunce.
Yes.
All of it are tertiary level educated.
Yes.
And you don't have to speak the Queen's English to have a degree. Gone are those days. So you can study, you can excel, and still have conversational English, as I call it. You know, talk. No. Talk and make it understandable, relatable, where you can reach people. One thing about theater is about communication. If me up on stage, I out my soul case and you not understand what I say, I've lost you.
Yes.
If the story line, you don't relate to it, I've lost you.
Yes.
So at the end of the 2 hours or 2.5 hours, they'll leave. I know I want me to just waste my money, do you know? No, we can't afford for that happen. So we have to tell stories that go in whole you, and we have to have characters that are vibrant and alive and relatable, and people say, I know somebody who stays same, so yes, that is what works. That is what works.
or I saw it in real life, don't.
Well, that won't be me. Not me the master that
but so what has pandemic done for your craft?
Oh, Leo. It's been not an easy road. Not an easy road at all. I was talking to some students earlier today, and I was giving them the history of theater since COVID. And I related the story that my last production, we opened on Boxing Day of 2019. On March 12, 2020, the government announced that due to the COVID pandemic, we were shutting down the country. I was in Clarendon at the time, adjudicating speech and drama for JCDC. We sent home all the kids. I started to make calls to Kingston to tell my co-workers and tell the admin staff, call everybody, lock down the thing, call the people who had the tickets for the show the night, tell them no show. And then I had to start doing the media blitz, where I have to start call this station and talk to that reporter and think to say that, we had to close and make some announcements and so on. Since then, Leo, over 16 months ago, theater has not reopened. We have been, when them say Broadway go dark, well, a darkness overtake we from the year before. It hasn't been pretty. There were 2 attempts to get back on stage. One was in August of 2020. The Independence weekend, they opened up and said, all right, let's have a little celebration and see what happens. We performed 1, 2, 3 shows, I think, 3 performances of the play we were doing. And by the 4th night, they lock it back down because too many people were turned up at hospitals with COVID, and the numbers were just going up and going up and going up. So from August, we sat down until October of last year when we said, well, I play and I look like I go do again on stage, so make we record it. So we spent money and spent time, and we recorded the same production that we would have been doing, called Windscreen Posse. We tried with that, the online thing, but no, I talk to you and people them know. Jamaicans, make you no want to spend money for things. If you think come from America and you have to pay for it, you go buy it. But one Jamaican thing, we try so many things, and I don't care what anybody else wants to say. The online productions do not make money. they are supported by a few diehards and a few faithfuls and a few folks in the diaspora who miss Jamaica and long to see something and then come out and watch it. Thank goodness for support. But generally, if we were doing that play from scratch, we would have lost money. The good thing is that it was up and running. We had the costumes already. The set was already on Little Theatre stage. We have to beg the theatre management, say, yeah, I could blind now. We have to go pull it down. But before we pull it down, make we just record the show. Yeah. And so they allowed us to do that. But it did not make any great amount of money. And so we've been here now, lockdown again. This year, all of 2021, from January until August, until July, correction, we were on lockdown. Then come July now, the government said again that we're going to free up entertainment a little bit because we've been suffering from last year. Then free up the thing. Now, this is another sore point for me because there's certain sectors of entertainment that get a raw deal. Them just get flinging a barrel with party and dance and all kind of other things. And we suffer. We are able to socially distance in the theater. People are coming there, being sanitized, being temperature checked, wearing their mask. And we were able to do that. Ministry of Health came and sat in on the show every night to make sure that we were following the protocols. However, them keep too big dance, 3,000 people go, the numbers start go up and them lock down all the theater, all the entertainment, which I think is a little unreasonable. But we are socially conscious. And so if the spike is going up, we can't go out and say we are keep sure when we know say more people are get sick and more people are in a hospital. So we have to easy back and sit and wait. So we would have rehearsed a new show to open in August. And before we even get to open the show, they lock back down entertainment. So we've spent on set, we've spent costumes, props, man hours, rehearsals, refreshment, everything. And the show hasn't opened yet. All that has to be shelved. And the possibility is we might not get back on stage for the rest of the year. That is the possibility.
Or are they keeping their skills sharp? The actors and actresses and
well, some of us get little things to do online.
Okay.
And we my wife will tell you that I keep sharp at home because some of the time when we start go and say, you think you're up on stage? Why you do rehearse? Eh? No come rehearse for me. You know, or I'm sometimes I do a little music and I play on a radio station from time to time. And sometimes I'm working with the guys and I'm saying, we can't say you miss theater, you know. Why Patrick not open back? Why them not open back entertainment? Patrick need to get you back on stage. Yeah, waste your talent. You know, but we just have to keep, and I tell folks that you like anything, you cannot afford to get rusty. So you continue to watch movies, read scripts, watch productions on TV, and there are plays that you can watch online now as well. In terms of Broadway, they have this thing called The Show Must Go On, where you can watch shows online, big productions and so on, and still keep sharp, you know. Myself and my wife, we now we are the best critics ever. We sit down and we analyze the movie them and say, so why did the director decide to do that? And if that actor decided to do it different,
that's a bad way to watch a movie. You know,
I tell you, but is that for just to keep yourself sharper, you know what is happening out there. It's so we are go through it. But we give thanks we're here, we're still alive, and we still hope and pray that we can be back on stage soon. And some people ask and say, if COVID has changed the landscape where theater is concerned, for it to now be online or people going to television or more film. I'm telling them, no, live theater will always be live theater, as the name implies, live theater. There's something about being there with an audience and an audience being there to watch you perform.
Well, hold on. There's something about being there with your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend and having a nice time. That's what
Yes,
this.
yes.
It's not
Yes,
about
man.
the audience. There's something about the person that you go with. That's what it
Yes.
is about.
No, well, no, you're talking about you. You're talking about me on stage. For me, it's the audience. But it's like anything else, Leo. If you're
Yes.
going to a football match, being there in the stadium and watching the football match live, different from when you watch it on TV. If you're going to a track meet, being in the stadium and seeing Usain Bolt or Shelley and Fraser Price or Elaine Thompson here, if you've seen them live run down the track, it's a different feeling than when you watch it on TV. And it's the same thing with a play. Yes. Watching a play on your laptop or on TV is totally different from being there in the auditorium with 250 or 2,000 people around you laughing and enjoying it simultaneously with you. It's a totally different feeling.
So there's Edna Manley that teaches the arts, right?
Yes, yes.
At the college level.
Yes.
What's the future of the arts in Jamaica? What do you see happening? What is there for our youth? How is it going to transition in the next 5-10 years? What's going to happen?
Truth be told, only time will tell. But Edna Man is still up and running. We're still training young actors, young musicians, young dancers. And so they will continue to get work outside, even if they're not getting things in terms of live performances now. We have many performers currently on Broadway or on tour with Lion King or, all over the world. They're actors and performers, musicians on cruise ships. Leave them yard and come back to Jamaica for 6 months at a time. Just live on the cruise, performing and entertaining people. So we still churning out talented Jamaicans. But in terms of live here in Jamaica, we don't know. Keep your fingers crossed that people wise up and start to do what is necessary, because without herd immunity and people deciding to get vaccinated or that sort of thing, then we're now going to get back to some semblance of normalcy. And so it's one thing or other. You're either going get vaccinated and work with the program, or not get vaccinated and you may very well be left behind. Simple things like travel. In a little while, you won't be able to do without being vaccinated. Going into certain places. Right now, me in New York, LA, you can't go in a movie theater, you can't go in a restaurant, you can't go in at the mall without being vaccinated. And so, yes, there are those that have their reasons for not being, whether it be religious or otherwise. But somehow we just try reason out the thing for ourselves, and they might listen to too much noise from elsewhere. And noise will not have no backative and no sense that come with it, just noise. Yes. Check for yourself, folks, and just work out and understand the necessity of vaccine. Many people are talking about vaccine to this and vaccine to that. Like any other medication, they want to take tablet for headache. You don't know why a headache tablet, but you don't take it because say it will help your headache. Yeah. People are taking birth control pills for time immemorial. Yes. And they say that the contraceptive may cause clotting, but people take it because the risk of being pregnant or whatever is greater than the possibility of getting caught with a blood clot. So you have to understand, folks. Reason out the thing and do your research, understand what is being said, what is being attempted at being achieved, and make a sensible decision. That's the only way we're going to get back to normality.
Encourage our young youth now into theater. Encourage them. That's the last word.
I would say be passionate about anything you want to be. Early in life, I realized that I enjoyed the performing arts. And so little by little, I got my way into theater, first at the amateur level and then professionally. Anything you want to do, you have to commit to doing it. If you're going to play football, if you're going to run, nobody knows get up and run and end up at Olympics. You have to train. You have to make your school team first, and then you make your regional team, maybe, or you make your country team. And then after that, now have to be the best top 4 or something for go to Olympics. So you have to put in the work. Nothing comes easy in this life, folks. You have to put in the work. But I guarantee you, nothing is more rewarding than being paid to do something that you have a passion for. Yeah? Whole heap of people in life get up every day, go work just to get a paycheck, to go and pay some bill, put some food on the table, take care of the family. And when them reach 50, 60, 70, them say, what are you doing in your life? Why long I work for government? Why I do this? Yeah. But me now, I say, what? Me say, hey, I've enjoyed the past 40 years of my life immensely because I am earning and working, doing what I love, what I'm passionate about. So find your passion and work towards doing that in life. If you can achieve that, hey, no amount of money can make you happier than you will be.
Titus, Glen Campbell, thank you so much. OD. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us. It's been great. This is exactly what I wanted to hear from you, and I'm sure many persons wanted to hear from you. Thank you so much, my friend, and we'll talk again soon, right?
My brother, enough love.
Respect. Take care. All right. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye now.